What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, coming back to you two. Yes, indeed, you two fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-boobity bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Steve Smith, and this is actually one of Steve's 3 prioritized requests for the month of August for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Steve. Hope you enjoy the show. Steve wanted to see me react to this. It is U2 with a song called, I believe it's called Discothèque. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by U2 Remastered Videos, okay? And the video has 103,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. U2 Discothèque, live from Pop Mart Tour, Mexico City, 1997. 4K remastered. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Wow, off video. That's in 100. Kind of reminds me of Pink Floyd and some of the constructs that they've had on their stage. Kind of looks like a lemon. That'll help. Video should come with a warning. Oh God, it's opening. I would go absolutely blind in there. Oh, they're all wearing shades. Good thing.
You can reach, but you can't grab it. You can hold it, control it now. You can't beg it. You can push, but you can't direct it. Circulate, regulate, oh no, you cannot connect it. You know it's you and bubble gum. You know what that is, but you still want some. You just can't get enough of that love that dove has done. You get confused, but you know it. Yeah, you hurt for it, work for it, love. You don't always show it. Let go, discothèque. Let go, discothèque.
Okay, well, the crowd obviously knows it. I see a lot of people in the audience mouthing the words along with Bono, so I'm going to assume that this song had some kind of a push from the record label. Sold, really hyped up as a single, or just getting a lot of radio play. One of the two, maybe both. I want to say that this looks like the beginning of the show. Now, I don't know if it is or not, but the way they had all the production with that, I'm going to be honest with you folks, that contraption, it looks like a lemon. So I'm just going to refer to it as the lemon. With that giant lemon coming up, with them being inside of it, with the, rollaway stairs so they can, come down and get up onto the stage. I'm going to make an assumption here. Now, I could be very wrong about this. This looks like the start of the show. Like, is this the beginning? Is this the opener? Is this how they started the show? If it is, nice job. Really nice job. Very pink, kind of tipping the cap to Pink Floyd in a way, with all the contraptions that we've seen Pink Floyd have on the stage over the years, when it comes to their live shows and such. But having the idea to come up or to come onto the stage instead of a giant lemon and have the lemon open up and they're inside, pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's great production. It's definitely great production. Good thing they're all wearing sunglasses, man, because that looked really bright in there. On top of that, they had all the lights shining onto the lemon, and when the top came off, the lights went onto them. So, gotta protect those eyes, guys. So smart job wearing the sunglasses. As far as the song goes, I think by U2's catalog, by all the songs I've heard by U2 so far on the channel, this is not a bad way to start the show. I mean, it's got a nice groove. It's got nice pacing, very pleasing to the ear. I think we're in B, which sounds really good. Good way to start the show with a dominating key signature like that in B. The energy is good, the drive is good, the feel is good. And like I said, the only thing I'm not sure about was this song a hit for them or not. I hope it wasn't, like, in terms of like being like the biggest song that they had on whatever album this was on. I've always said this about show openers. You don't want it to be your biggest hit, but you want to be a song that the crowd recognizes, the crowd knows, and the crowd enjoys with some great drive and great energy. You want to start your show off with a bang. Nothing worse, and I've seen bands do this, nothing worse than starting your show off with a ballad. That is not how you want to start your show. Now, this is a good start if it's the show opener. Now, then again, this might be like halfway through the show for all I know. I have no clue. But all the signs that I've seen and heard point to this being a show opener. And if it is the show opener, nice job. Anyway, let's get back into this. Feels good. I like that riff.
It's not a trick, 'cause you can't learn it. It's the way you don't play, that's okay, 'cause you can't earn it. Let go.
Really.
You take what you can get, 'cause it's all that you can find, and you know there's something more. But tonight,
Bring it back up to the last.
This ain't no disco, this ain't no party.
Interesting. I didn't realize it was an 8.5. I didn't look. I should have. Didn't realize this was an 8.5 minute long video. That's interesting. Okay. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was U2 with Discothèque. This was a request from Steve Smith. And this was actually one of Steve's 3 prioritized requests for the month of August for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Steve. Hope you enjoyed the show. Not a ton of things to discuss, but there's definitely a couple of things I want to bring up. So, let's get to the score and we'll get to everything here. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.7. Yep, 7.7. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.7. What does that mean? Well, a 7.7 would translate to a really good skill rating because overall, I think this was a really good song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go, a 7.7, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. What a stark contrast to the last reaction I did to U2. Much better live performance. Much better understanding of what a live performance should be. The utilization of production, much more appropriate in this setting. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you really need to go back and watch my last reaction I did to U2. It's the one from yesterday. This is just I can't even say heads and shoulders. It is head, shoulders, knees, and toes better in all regards compared to the last reaction I did to them from a live performance standpoint. I made the assumption that this might be the show opener. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but all of the signs point to it. The utilization of production, the amount of production that was utilized, and in a very appropriate way. If they had been in that, okay, it's like a cross between a giant disco ball and a lemon. It's shaped like a lemon, but it's got all the reflective surfaces of a disco ball. So, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what to make of that, but we'll just call it the lemon for right now. If they had been inside that giant lemon, and they had been playing the song that we heard for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever the case may be, I would have lost my ever-loving mind on them again. I would have absolutely torn them to shreds, but that's not the case. We had a track going. It sounds like some sort of an introduction track. You know, here comes the band. Get ready, folks. They're inside the lemon, not playing, just waiting for the lemon to pop open and building that anticipation within the crowd. And once the lemon pops open, they come out, they get on the stage, and they start to perform the song live in front of everybody's eyes. Not hiding behind the stage, not hiding in a set that's very poorly built, by the way. No, I mean, they kept it exactly how you should have a live show go. Out there on the stage, in front of the crowd, in front of their eyes directly, not hiding up on a screen. No, they're out there, and they're performing live. I love that. I absolutely love that. There's no question marks there. Bono started singing in the lemon, but the lemon wasn't closed. The lemon was open. People could see him. He was coming down the steps as he was singing. I got no problem with that. I have no issue with that whatsoever. Much better than what we saw in the last performance that I reacted to. All the signs point to this being a show opener. Reinforced with the song. The song sounds really good. I dug the tune. We're in B. We got a great groove going. The groove on this song was the strength. Absolutely. It wasn't the musicianship. The musicianship was very simple. That riff, the B to A to B to D to B to A to B to E to B to A to B to back to D again to B to A to B. You know, it's a very simple riff. You're literally hanging out on open strings and second fret the entire time on that riff. It's not like it's very complex. Not a lot of movement needed. Bass playing, Adam's bass playing, a lot of octave jumps. A lot of octave jumps. You know, on the B, you know, second fret, third string up to, you know, fourth fret, first string. It's just, you know, a lot of B action there, just, you know, between the low B and the high B. Very appropriate, though, for the style of song, considering the groove that was being established. Bono's vocals felt very appropriate for the style of the song. I like the dynamic play that they had. About 2/3 of the way through the song, they brought it down. And they brought it to here, and they stayed there for a little bit. And then they brought it down even more. I was expecting them to go up. When they came down, they hit that plateau. I'm like, okay, this is where they're gonna boomerang and they're gonna come back up again. And instead, they went down even further. And I was like, okay, let's see how they're gonna get out of this hole. I'm really curious. I want to see how they're gonna get out of it. And part of me was expecting them to just jump up, just instantaneously jump up, staying down, boom, up to here. I was partly expecting that. Instead, we had that gradual crescendo up. I think they made the right call. Absolutely. I mean, I think it would have been more, okay, if they had just done the sudden jump, I think it would have been more effective from a purely dynamic standpoint. I think it would have been more effective to get that wow factor, to get that sudden jolt. I think that, especially in a live setting, I think that would have been more effective. But from the standpoint of good taste, from the standpoint of showmanship, giving it that chance to slowly grow and grow and grow and grow, especially in a live setting, I think that was definitely the right call. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. As far as the song itself goes, I would give the song about a 7.2, 7.3, somewhere in there. Still a really good song. But I'm giving this a 7.7. Well, and I'm sure people are like, how did that happen? Well, you should know if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time. You already know what my answer is going to be. So say it with me, kids.
Sing it out one time.
A live show can help your score or it can hurt your score. In this case, it helped. It helped a little bit. Not a ton, but it helped enough to get up to a 7.7. Let's go down the checklist. Let's see how many checkboxes they knocked off. Stage presence, check, definitely. They always look like performers, and they act like performers, so I'm happy about that. Stage energy, check, yeah, they were moving around, and it wasn't just Bono. I saw Edge moving around. I saw Adam moving around. Not a lot, but they were moving around enough to be able to create that energy, so I was happy about that. Stage interaction, check. It was subtle, but it was happening quite a bit, where, you know, Edge would look over at Adam, or Edge would look over at Larry. Larry would look over at Adam. Larry would look at Bono. Bono would look over at Adam. I mean, you had these constant little interactions going on. Nothing big, nothing dramatic, nothing huge, nothing that lasted any, you know, long length of time. But it happened frequently. It wasn't just one or two times where we had those little, passing glances. No, they happened frequently during this. So I'll give it a check. Not stage interaction, crowd interaction. Yeah, check, big time. Bono was really playing to the crowd once he got down on the stage. Got out of the lemon, got the stairs, got on the stage. He immediately went into crowd interaction mode, and I was really happy to see that. So yes, big check there. Showmanship, yeah. I mean, the entire introduction was nothing but showmanship and production. The production was top notch between the video screens, the lighting, that giant lemon. The production was all there without question. So that is how we came up to about, like I said, about 7.6. Wait, didn't I give this a 7.7? So why 7.6? Well, because there's one more little factor. And this is a factor that I talk about that, you know, I don't always bring up, but in certain situations like this, I feel compelled to. An 8.5 minute long video. You guys know how I feel about long videos. If the video is poorly made, if the song is poorly written, if it's a terrible, you know, live performance, like in this case, well, not in this case, but in other videos cases, where I'm bored, I'm not having a good time, the song's poorly written, poorly executed, and the time is just dragging on and on and on. It's an 8-minute long video, and it feels like 10. Well, I'm gonna absolutely tear it to shreds. By the same token, though, when you have an 8-minute long, or in this case, an 8.5 minute long video, and it's well shot, well produced, it sounds good, the song is really nice, the live show looks great, it's well organized, and most importantly, I'm having a good time and the time flies by, I'm going to really appreciate that. And I will even, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I'll even bump it up, you know, a tenth of a point or two. In this case, I'm bumping it up a tenth of a point because the time flew by on this. It said 8.5 minutes. Didn't feel like it. It felt like about 7, if I'm being honest. 6.5 to 7, somewhere in there. The time flew. So I was having a good time. I was thoroughly engaged. I was enjoying myself. Even with the brightness, that video should come with some sort of a warning, because the brightness on that video was intense. I had to keep looking away. But overall, I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, I bumped it up a tenth of a point. Absolutely. So yeah, 7.7. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.7, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I've spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.